friends, welcome back to my channel. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today I'm doing my January reading wrap up. January was a really good reading month for me. I read 4 books in the end and I've started a couple more. 2 of those books that I read were actually for my dissertation, so I'm just going to sort of I haven't got those books with me anymore as they were from the library, so I have to take them back. But I'll just tell you what they were called, and then as always my Goodreads is linked in the description box so you can check them out if you want to actually see what they look like. The first book that I read for my dissertation is called Sisterhood Interrupted, From Radical Women to Girls Gone Wild by Deborah Segal. Sorry, I'm just reading it off my phone because it's got a really long title. But yeah, it's by Deborah Segal, called Sisterhood Interrupted, and it's sort of a bit of a history of feminism, looking at what really happened and stuff like that. And the other book that I read was by Nina Power and it's called One Dimensional Woman. This is a really short, like 80-page book, sort of just looking at women and womanhood in general and all that sort of thing. It wasn't a very positive book, if I'm honest. I definitely preferred the Deborah Segal book to the Nina Power book, but I read them both, made loads of notes, got some good information for my dissertation and all that cool stuff. So the first book that I actually finished in the whole of January, I read finished 3-4 days into January, and that is Control Alt Delete by Emma Gannon, about how she grew up online. This book is fantastic. I read this and got this because I wanted to read it, and then read it and was like, whoa, I can use some of this for my dissertation. Yes. This book it's Emma's memoir of growing up online, of, you know, the days of MSN and chat rooms, then moving into Facebook, and how dating has changed because of the internet, and how friendship has changed because of the internet, and how Instagram impacts people, and YouTube and all this stuff. It's so interesting. It's not, the writing isn't too big, isn't too small rather. It's like just under 200, it's just over 250 pages. It's a really easy read, the chapters aren't too long, and it was just fantastic. The next book that I finished in the month of January is, I'm going to say it's up there as one of my favourite books of all time, and that is The Power by Naomi Alderman. And this book is incredible. This book is fantasy, dystopian fantasy about women get the power, all women on earth get the power to basically electrocute, so you can get, like, if you kind of imagine in Harry Potter how you have coming out of the wand, the visible part of magic, they can do that out of their hands, so they can just use it as a light, sort of like on the cover, or they can use it to shock people and electrocute people and hurt people, to hurt each other, to hurt men, and it's all about how that completely changes the entire world. It is the most insane book and just flips life totally on its head. This book starts off following 4 different characters, 3 women, 1 man, and slowly but surely over the course of maybe about 10-15 years, all of their lives intermingle, and it's all their stories in this time of just global change and catastrophe. And it's really interesting how at the end of the book you find out that this book has sort of been written as a non-fiction book in the aftermath of the apocalypse, 5,000 years after the apocalypse. Maybe the apocalypse, kind of like doomsday, where humans have just destroyed themselves. It's so interesting. I'd highly recommend this book to anyone. It totally flips just gender and life on its head, and it covers gender, religion, race, sexuality, power. It's just fantastic. The next book that I started in January but haven't yet finished is another one for my dissertation, and that is Cinderella Ain't My Daughter by Peggy Orstein. We'll go with Orstein. And I am 113 pages through. I'm just on chapter 7. So yeah, Cinderella Ain't My Daughter, dispatches from the front lines of the new girl culture. It's pretty much what it says on the tin. Peggy Orstein is a psychologist and journalist who goes looking into girl world, into the girly girl culture that is surrounding female childhood. And it's her telling the story of what she finds. It's her figuring out whether this girly girl world of pink and feathers and princesses is a good thing or not. And I haven't finished this, so I don't sort of know what the conclusion of this, what her summing up of this is going to be like, whether it's going to be a negative or a positive thing. But so far I've been loving it, and it's really interesting. Again, this is another one for my dissertation, but it is fantastic. And the final book that I started in the month of January is Mortal Heart by Robin LaFavors, and this is the third book in the His Fair Assassin series. Sorry, I've just gone really bleached out. The sun has just like come back from behind a cloud. I'll carry on anyway. So yeah, this is the third book in the His Fair Assassin series by Robin LaFavors, and I read the first and second book in this series last year and fell in love. It's a historical fantasy with some of the characters and the wars actually happened, and it's sort of history with a little bit of magic and a little bit of fantasy added to it. There are nuns who are the assassins for the god of death, Mortan, and it's their stories. Each book follows one of 3 friends. So this book follows Aneth, who Aneth has been talked about in the first and the second book, and now this book is all about her, which I'm really looking forward to. I really love how in this series all of the you're following the same sort of timeline, the same story, starting off with Ismay in the first book, and then going to Sibella in the second book, and now to Aneth, and you are just seeing this story unfold from 3 different perspectives, and you still get to see the characters that you fall in love with in the first 2 books from a different perspective, which is great. I'm not even 20 pages through this yet, so I'm not very far, but this is the first thing on my TBR for February, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this and just seeing how the series concludes. And then the second book that is on my TBR for February is Living Dolls by Natasha Walters. This is another book, as you could probably guess, for my dissertation. This is about, basically it's about women being sexualised and feminism and airbrushing and photoshopping, all that sort of stuff basically. This is a library book, and it's due to be back in less than a week, and I haven't started it, and I'm going away in less than a week. So I don't know when I'm going to have time to finish this or read this at all, but I'll figure it out. So those are all the books that I read in January or started in January, and the books that I'm hopefully going to read in February. I'm actually going away for nearly 2 weeks in February. However, I'm going to Japan. If you didn't watch my weekly vlogs, and you probably wouldn't know, but I'm going to Japan. When this video goes up, I'll be going on the Monday. I'm going to Japan, and there's 2 flights on the way there and 2 flights on the way back, which are like potentially I think they're about 18 hours combined. So I'm definitely going to be taking Mortal Heart. I potentially will need to get another book to put in my suitcase to read on the way back if I finish this, because those flights are flipping long. So yeah, I don't know what I may read in the next month, but make sure you're subscribed, or come back at this time next month in the beginning of March to see what I did read in February, and I'll let you know my thoughts as I have this month. And yeah, if you've got any video requests for videos on any of these books, whether it be The Power, whether it be Cinderella Ain't My Daughter, or any of the others that I've mentioned, let me know in the comments. I will try and get requests up as soon as possible. As I say, I am going away, so it might take me a little bit longer, but I promise, get on it if you do request anything. If you've got any books that you think that I might really enjoy from hearing what I've read so far, or I'm planning on reading, again, stick it in the comments. I would love to hear your recommendations. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you did, and I shall see you soon. Bye.